Hey guys, it's Shelby, and today I figured that as 2019 is coming to a close, I would share with you some of my best thrift finds of the year. I'm really passionate about secondhand shopping and buying things secondhand because it reduces our footprint on the planet when we buy something used instead of buying something new. We're basically taking something that someone else bought that they didn't want anymore and that would otherwise go to landfill, taking that item, giving it a new life, and putting it in our homes to enjoy for ourselves. I think it's an amazing way to help save the planet and definitely something that should be embraced and talked about more. So today, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about my top thrift finds of 2019, and I would love to hear what you found this year, what your favorite thing you found this year in a thrift store or online secondhand. Either way, I'm going to be including things from both of those scenarios in this video, so I'd love to hear yours in the comments. I always read my comments, so it makes me very happy to just go to my comments and read about your best thrift finds as I'm talking about mine. So make sure you let me know. Honestly, one of the absolute best things I have found this year thrifting is the shelf sitting behind me. This is a vintage rattan shelf that are going on places like Urban Outfitters right now for upwards of like $300 and $500, and I found this one for $25 at a Goodwill, and then I got it half off. So it was literally only like $13. It adds the perfect touch to this room that I wanted to go with, like a boho, but also kind of like minimalist vibe. Maybe not minimalist, who am I kidding? I definitely went with a boho chic vibe for this room, and that shelf is an amazing find that I am so happy that I found. When I think of the best thrift finds of 2019, that is definitely one that comes to mind. Another one of my favorite home decor pieces that I found thrifting is my basket wall. So every single basket on that wall was thrifted. I didn't buy any of them new, and it probably cost me under $30 to make that whole installation. I call it an installation because I actually had someone come over to my house and they saw the basket wall and they were like, "Where did you get that?" And I was like, "Oh, I did it myself. I didn't get it from anywhere. Like, I found all those baskets thrifting and I did it myself." And they're like, "Oh, I literally thought an artist came in and like did that as an installation." And I was like, we are nowhere near that bougie around here, but thank you. Yeah, so my basket wall is something that brings me a lot of joy. I think it's beautiful. I think it is something that someone could pay a lot of money for, that I completely thrifted every single basket. I got some of them on Buns. I got some of them at Goodwill. I got some of them on Facebook actually. I got them from a few different places, but I am really grateful for my basket wall. I think it's beautiful. And it just goes to show that you don't need to buy things new to have an aesthetic house. Most things in my home are new, including my couch. So we have this couch. I showed it in my house tour, which I'll link right here if you want to see more of all of these things. But this couch is one that we saw at Ikea and my fiance fell in love with, and then we wanted it, so we basically stalked Facebook and Craigslist and all of those sort of apps until we found the perfect couch, and we finally did. So it is the gray color that our whole downstairs is kind of themed around. It has a pull-out bed that is so simple and a storage compartment under the other side of it. This couch at Ikea new, I think, is like $800 to $900, and we got it online for $200. So there you go. Secondhand is best. Thrifting is best. You can find nearly anything you need secondhand. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of patience. So my couch is definitely one of the best scores of this year. One more score that I got for the house this year, and then we'll move on to clothes. It's not a decor item, but it is my Roomba. I found a robot Roomba for $13 at a Goodwill. It didn't have a charger, but I figured, what's $13? If it doesn't work, whatever, I'm out $13. But turns out I tested it on one of my family members' chargers and it worked. The Roomba worked. A $500 robot vacuum cleaner worked for $13 from a Goodwill. We spent $40 to get a charger for it, and boom, that is the vacuum that we have now. It's so simple, so easy. It was an amazing thrift find. One of my best thrift finds ever that I'm incredibly grateful for. So it just goes to show you, you don't have to spend a lot of money to have convenience. If you're just a little bit patient, you can find one secondhand. All right, now moving on to clothes. One of my best thrift finds this year was a Lane Bryant blazer. It's not because this item was expensive, because Lane Bryant is not cheap, but it's not super expensive. This was a really good thrift find because actually, as a plus size person, thrifting in thrift stores can often be really difficult for me to find things in my size, which is nobody's fault really. That's just what it is. Whoever donates, donates, and if they don't, they don't. But my Lane Bryant blazer was a nude pink color, which I am just obsessed with, and it was in my size. I was so excited when I found this, like overjoyed amount of excited when I found this. So I had to include that in here as one of my best thrift finds of the year. Something else I thrifted this year was a red Reformation dress, and boy is that dress sexy. I wanted this dress to wear to a play that I went to with my family, and I almost bought it new because I've always wanted to be able to be someone who participates in sustainable fashion, supports those brands, etc. But when I logged on to Reformation to find out how much that dress was, I remembered that there's more benefits to shopping secondhand than just sustainability, my friends. So I headed over to Poshmark to search for that specific dress in my specific size, and lo and behold, someone had it that they were selling for $60. I think that dress new is about $250, so talk about a savings and a freaking score. I was so happy to find that dress. Secondhand for the win. Another score I got this year, this one I found on ThredUp, but it is Doc Marten boots. Everyone's wearing Doc Marten boots. It's something that's kind of expensive to buy new, and also I don't really like to buy things new. I like to buy secondhand. About 90% of my wardrobe is secondhand, including everything I'm wearing right now, well, with the exception of these earrings. I bought these new from a sustainable brand. But other than that, my whole wardrobe is secondhand. So I did want to go ahead and find Doc Martens secondhand, and when I found them on ThredUp, you best believe I ordered them faster than I could take the next breath. I did specifically want Doc Martens, but I've also been looking in all the thrift stores for a couple years now to find the perfect pair of black boots, because I basically wear this one pair of tan boots with like every outfit ever, and I've been thinking for so long, I just need like a pair of black boots, and I scored them on ThredUp. They are originally, I think, like $150, if not closer to $200, and I got them for $40, so just saying. While I was editing this video and I just realized that I got my Doc Martens from ThredUp, it reminded me of another thrift find this year that I got from ThredUp, which is one of my favorite things. I can't believe I forgot to mention it, but it's this Tencel jacket by Eileen Fisher, and it's this beautiful green color that's just my favorite. Originally, I think this jacket was like $350, and I got it for something like $40. But that's not why I think it's a best thrift find. I just think this jacket is amazing. I think Tencel fabric is amazing. It's kind of silky. It's like very, very smooth. And it keeps you warm when you're cold, and it keeps you cool when you're warm. And I don't really know how that works, but this jacket is just amazing. You've probably seen me wear it in a lot of videos. So I figured it definitely deserved its own little mention here. If you guys like it, like I said, it's by Eileen Fisher. Got it on ThredUp. I always have a discount for ThredUp in the description. It's not sponsored, but you know, you can get 30% off of your first order. If you're in the market for anything like that, they have great things over there. This jacket is one of the things I got from there and I am obsessed with. So, moving on. Can't believe I almost forgot this jacket. Who am I? And actually, while I'm on the topic of my Doc Martens and boots, let me share with you one more story of my thrifting adventures from the year. So I have these one pair of Steve Madden boots. They are leather. Now, I believe that there are sustainable ways to make animal products, like animal fabrics, but I don't really feel that way about leather. I think that it is incredibly cruel and just unnecessary and not a sustainable fabric to be created in the first place. So I do purchase leather, which I have a video talking about why I purchase leather secondhand. I can link it right here, but I don't ever want to buy it new. So I had these Steve Madden boots, like I said, that I've had for at least 6 years before I needed to replace them, and it's because I didn't know how to take care of them properly. Now I know how to take care of my leather products properly, and I will hopefully take care of them to the point where I will not have to repurchase them. But when these boots that were my primary boots for literally years started falling apart, I was so upset because they were perfect. They were everything I ever wanted. So I went on to Poshmark trying to find the exact pair of boots from 5 years ago. What are the chances that I'm going to be able to find the exact pair of boots that I want in my size that someone has actually listed that are in good condition that I can buy and enjoy just the same as I was my old boots? Well, I don't know what the chances are, but someone had them. So I purchased those Steve Madden boots on Poshmark for a fraction of the price, but I also was able to replace something that I absolutely loved secondhand, and I was so happy about that. So that was definitely one of my best scores of this year, not because they were super expensive to buy, and not necessarily because they were unsustainable, but because I had fallen in love with a specific pair of boots, and I didn't want to have to give them up because I didn't take care of them. But now I know better, and I will take better care of them, I promise. This video was a little bit on the shorter side for me, but I hope you loved it anyway. I just want to encourage more and more people, any way I can think of, to shop secondhand first. Of course, there are instances where we can't wait to look for something secondhand, where we need something quickly, or something that we just really want to buy, hopefully from a sustainable brand. And yes, I do plan to continue making sustainable fashion content on this channel because a lot of you guys have been asking for it, aside from just secondhand shopping. But rest assured that I always shop secondhand first. I am a huge huge advocate for secondhand shopping. I personally love it, and it brings me a lot of joy to actually go on a hunt to find something so that I know it's sustainable and I don't have to worry about my footprint on the environment when I purchase something. So always think secondhand first. That's a great New Year's resolution if you haven't already included it in yours. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Again, I would love to hear your best thrift finds of the year in the comments. And remember, until next time, you cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that you can do. And also, if you're new here, subscribe. Forgot to say that. Okay, bye.